All right, Sam and Candy driving in opposite directions at constant rates. I don't know if they're driving, they're not driving at the same rate though. Sam drives 15 miles per hour faster. So let's just talk about Sam here and Candy. Um, Sam drives faster, but we don't know how fast either one of them drives. So if Sam drives 15 miles per hour faster, let's let Candy's rate be R, and Sam will be R plus 15. And then after 2 hours, they are 230 miles apart. So, and then we talk about, well, Candy's car gets 20 miles per gallon. So how many gallons of gas did she use? So to figure out how many gallons of gas that she used, you have to figure out how many miles that she drove. Now, we need to understand that rate multiplied with time equals distance. For example, rate, let's say you drive 50 miles per hour, and you drive that at that rate for 2 hours. Well, 50 miles per hour for 2 hours, you're going to drive 100 miles. So we need to understand this formula. Rate multiplied with time equals distance. So Sam's rate is R plus 15. And it looks like we are actually going to drive for 2 hours, so multiply by that by 2. If you take Sam's rate and you multiply it with the time, you're going to get the distance Sam traveled. Now Candy, R's her rate. We're going to drive for 2 hours, so times it by 2, and that's going to be Candy's distance. Now, if here's Sam, the distance going in this direction, R plus 15, times it by 2, that represents Sam's distance. If you actually knew what the rate was, you could figure out the distance. Candy's going in this direction, and her distance is just represented as 2 times R. Now we know the total distance that they traveled together is 230 miles. They're 230 miles apart. So if we add their distances, if we add these together, it should equal 230. And that will allow us to solve for R, the rate. And once we get that, we can figure out everything else. So let's go ahead and solve this here. We're going to distribute, so we're going to multiply R with 2 and 15 with 2 and bring it down here. We got 2R plus 30 plus 2R. Okay, that's this 2R right here. Okay, and that's going to equal 230. 4R, we're combining them, and then let's subtract 30 on each side. We get 200. Okay, and then from here, R is going to equal 50 when we divide by 4. So R is 50. It looks like wasn't that Candy's rate? So Candy's rate is 50 right here. And Sam's rate is going to be 65 because we have to add 15 to that. So let's see here. We're trying to figure out how many miles they drove. So if Candy drove for 2 hours at 50 miles per hour, Candy drove 100 miles. And Sam, if we take 65, that's his rate, and we multiply it with 2, we're going to get 130 miles for Sam. And together that's 230. Well, we're trying to figure out how many gallons of gas did Candy use. Well, she gets, let's see, what was it, 20 miles per gallon? So Candy drove for 100 miles. How many gallons would that take? We'll take 100 and divide by 20, and you're going to get 5 gallons. Answer is A.